The Haunted Chair full story. I bought a house last week. I liked the old furniture, so I decided to keep it. There was a chair for kids. I had no kids, but still kept it. Everything was normal until the chair kept moving from one side to the other. I didn't think of it that much. Next day, asked the owner about the old family that lived here. He said everything. I asked him if there was a child. He said, yes, he died near that corner. He said this and left. The corner he pointed was the corner I heard sounds last night. At night on the chair there was a doll covered in dirt. I was scared, so I went to my friend's house and stayed there. Sleep wouldn't come. The image of the dusty doll perched eerily on the child's chair haunted me like a bad omen. Every creak of the old house, every rustle of wind against the windows, sent chills down my spine. My friend's couch was plush, but anxiety kept me coiled tight. Dawn arrived, painting the room a sickly yellow. Hesitantly, I returned home. The doll was gone. Relief washed over me, only to be replaced by a surge of unease. Where had it gone? Had it moved itself again? Days turned into weeks, and the unsettling occurrences continued. Objects vanished and reappeared in different places. The whispers at night grew louder, more distinct, like a child's voice humming a lullaby. The rocking of the empty chair became a nightly ritual, a constant reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded in that very corner. Driven by a morbid curiosity, started researching the history of the house. Local archives yielded a faded newspaper clipping. Young boy found lifeless in his room. Suspected accidental suffocation. The date matched the year the owner mentioned. A knot of dread tightened in my stomach. Driven by a blend of fear and a strange empathy, I decided to confront the spirit. That night, I sat opposite the empty chair, a tape recorder on the table. "If you're here," I whispered, my voice trembling, "tell me what you want." Silence. Then, a soft giggle, barely audible. The recorder whirred, capturing the chilling sound. It wasn't playful. It was laced with a melancholic longing. Tears pricked my eyes. This wasn't a malevolent entity, but a lost soul seeking solace. I spent the following weeks learning more about the boy. His name was Lucas. I left toys by the chair, sang him the lullaby from the recording, and told him stories. Slowly, the activity subsided. The whispers turned into soft sighs. The rocking stopped. A sense of peace settled over the house. One morning, I woke to find a single sunflower on the table, its vibrant yellow a beacon of hope. Lucas, it seemed, had found his peace. The house no longer felt haunted, but imbued with a bittersweet presence, a reminder of a life cut short and a connection forged through understanding. Driven by guilt and a gnawing unease, I invited Sarah over for a sleepover. She'd been my rock throughout the whole ordeal, and sharing my newfound peace felt like the least I could do. Sarah, ever the skeptic with the heart of gold, agreed. The first night was eerily quiet. We talked until the sun peeked through the dusty curtains, sharing nervous laughter and childhood stories. The chair remained still, an empty sentinel in the corner. Hope blossomed in my chest. Maybe, just maybe, Lucas had truly found peace. But hope, like a flickering candle, sputtered and died in the darkness of the following night. The rhythmic rocking started, faster and more frantic this time. Sarah bolted upright in bed, eyes wide with terror. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Whispering, like a child crying. I tried to brush it off, attributing it to the creaky floorboards and my overactive imagination. But then, a book flew across the room, narrowly missing Sarah's head. The air grew thick with an icy chill, and shadows danced menacingly on the walls. Panic clawed at my throat. This wasn't Lucas messing around. This was something darker, angrier. The playful spirit had morphed into a possessive entity, and its target was undeniably Sarah. I scrambled to appease him, singing the lullaby, placing new toys by the chair, pleading for calm. But the rage intensified. The whispers morphed into guttural growls. The chair jolted back and forth like a possessed rocking horse, and objects levitated and crashed around us. Sarah, tears streaming down her face, screamed, "We have to get out of here." Her terror was contagious, shattering the fragile facade of my composure. This wasn't just a haunting anymore. This was a war, and Sarah was caught in the crossfire. We fled into the night, the chilling echoes of the house's fury chasing us down the street. Guilt gnawed at me. My attempt to help Lucas had backfired spectacularly, putting Sarah in danger and twisting the house into a malevolent entity. Selling the house became a heart-wrenching necessity. As I walked away for the last time, I glanced back at the empty rocking chair, a monument to my naive hope. Lucas might have found a semblance of peace, but at a terrible cost. The mystery remained unsolved, a shadow lingering in the wake of my good intentions. But the story wouldn't end there. Weeks later, Sarah called, her voice trembling. She'd been plagued by nightmares, trapped in the house, tormented by a shadowy figure whispering, "She took you away." Now, it's her turn. The blood drained from my face. Lucas hadn't moved on. He was fixated on Sarah, and the danger followed her like a malevolent stalker. The haunting had evolved, the stakes raised. Now, it wasn't just about understanding Lucas, but about protecting Sarah and unraveling the truth behind his rage. The chilling mystery deepened, demanding answers hidden within the dusty walls of the old house. With renewed purpose and a heavy heart, I knew what I had to do. Subscribe, like, and share for next stories.